blueberries. And these 2 rows of blueberries were planted about 37 years ago. We've been able to maintain them. In fact, they produced about 800 pounds of blueberries this last year. It's a pick your own thing, and the only complaint we have is when people come out, they've been all picked and there aren't any. So what we did behind you here, we planted some more. We planted them in October. There's about 100 plants that we put in. So eventually, it takes about 3 to 4 years before a blueberry plant will start producing. And so it takes a while to get one going. Yes. Well, there's several varieties in here. These 2 rows are primarily Blue Ray and Blue Crop. We have Patriot we planted another row of, and we like those varieties so we planted a lot of the new ones are Blue Ray and Blue Crop.
How do you keep the birds from eating all your berries?
We share. You have to have enough plants so that you can share. If you only have one plant, then you're kind of in trouble.
When people find out you have blueberries, yeah, you become very popular.
Right. Okay, one of the first things you have to do in southern Indiana is amend the soil. However, if you can grow azaleas, and you just put them in and azaleas grow, you've got probably soil that's acid enough that will also grow blueberries, because they do take a very acid soil. We run down the pHs around 4.5 and 5, which is in the soil in southern Indiana runs around 6.2, 6.5, somewhere in there. So there's a big gap that has to be taken. The pH needs to be taken down. We use elemental sulfur is one of the items. We also use ammonium sulfate is another one. Both of those chemicals will bring the pH down. So that needs to be done before you even plant. You really need to amend the soil. It's hard to do after you plant. Now we do add a little bit of acid every year so that it keeps the soil, keeps the pH low. The reason that these are still producing after all these years is that we do a pruning technique, and pruning is very important for blueberries if you want to maintain the plants as blueberry plants. They will grow old and then they decline. Okay, but what prevents these from declining is that you take out 1/3 of the old stems, the old plants, the old plants that come up. And so most blueberries are multiple in their growth. They produce many stems. But what you can see here is we started taking out the older stems, and I think we'll continue on this particular bush. You can tell that the stems are old by the color of the stem, and so you want to take out 1/3 of the old stems. And here we've taken out 3 already, and it looks like there are at least 9 in there. So that may be enough, but I think there may be more than 9. But I think we'll take out a couple more. When you look at the plant, you can't get too caught up in what you're cutting out, because each of these little knobs are blueberries, and so you're cutting out blueberries. You kind of hate to do that. But when you do cut the blueberries out, you renovate your plant. You keep the plant young, if you will, and it keeps producing. So you pick out the old stems. If the plant or stems that are growing out like this, you want to get rid of those. But I think, like here's one here, we cut them down